How has your life changed since you've moved to the Philippines?
It's changed from night and day. You meet people that it's a different culture, it's a different way of life, which makes it challenging if you want it to be challenging. If you have an open mind, you can't have a narrow mind. You can't bring from where you came from to where you're going to, because you won't survive. You won't survive if you're narrow-minded.
This is Michael, a retired military vet that decided to leave Chicago and move to the Philippines. He loves the Philippines, but Manila wasn't quite his style. So he found an area where the vibes are more relaxed and you can get more bang for your buck.
Hey, what's going on, Michael?
How you doing there?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm all right.
Awesome. Well, can you just briefly introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, and how long you've been living in the Philippines?
Yes, my name is Michael Kaysen. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and I've been in the Philippines a little over 2 years.
You have a very unique scenario going on. You got a very unique experience because you used to live in the Metro Manila area, but where are we at today?
We're in Tracy, Montreal.
Okay, and we're gonna put this up on the screen, but this is about an hour and 30 minutes from Metro Manila.
Yes.
And you've got a beautiful, beautiful townhome you'd like to show us today.
Yes.
But first, can we start by just taking a look at the exterior and showing us what's around?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. We have, they're 8 units. Right here you see the first 4. They're upstairs, they're downstairs, 2 bed, 2 bath, 2 full baths, full laundry room. They have CCTV connection. They have areas where you can have your aircon put in, free parking. There's 4 in the front, 4 in the back, like a little Lego, and it's in a nice little quiet area in Tracy, Montreal. Walking distance to the mall, walking distance to the bus station if you need to catch the bus from Metro Manila. It's super quiet. You'll have a rooster here maybe every once in a while, but nothing to keep you awake. Other than that, it's a beautiful place to live. You know, the price is very reasonable. It's worth every penny, believe me. We lived in Metro Manila almost 2 years, yeah. And we liked it, but I'm at the age 64, my fiance is 52, and we wanted somewhere we can just settle down, where we can feel retirement and not feel the hustle and bustle of other people trying to get to work. We have the other side.
Yeah. Let's take a look.
It's a little dusty back here because they're still working, but you got the dog. He keeps everybody in check. But see this side, that's 4. They're going to get rid of all this and cement it in. That's why you have the little bit of.
Oh, I see.
All this is ready to go. They're working this weekend to cement this in, take this dirt out, cement it in, clean it all up so it'll look just like the front. But if you take a peek, it's the same identical setup. 2 bed, 2 full baths, laundry room, upstairs, downstairs. And you just, only thing you have is a dog every once in a while. But it's a great place, it's quiet. You really like it, you're not too far, like I said, from Manila, so you really can get there with no problem. Then you have these end units, which they carry more windows. Like this unit here. Windows, it has side windows. This one is another corner unit that has the side windows so you can get a nice little view of this is like a bean farm. When you come over and look at it. You look down here, it's just like
that's pretty neat.
Yeah. Nice and quiet. You don't hear anything over here. And like I say, my fiance she has a little garden going right here. She has her lemongrass, her tomatoes growing, and she has a lot of things that I don't know what most of them are, but hey, we deal with it. She cooks it and I'll eat it.
Farm to table.
Yes, and we have an emergency water tank, so if something happens with the water, that tank is always full. You have your pressure pump. Water pressure in the unit is perfect. You don't have no problems. You got plenty of water pressure. And like I say, you have an in unit here. We have our aircon we had installed, and all those windows right there belong to us. We sit out here. She does the gardening. I'll sit out here and just keep things going. But it's a nice townhome. Like I said, we're the only ones here, so there's 7 units still available.
You're gonna have some neighbors, some new friends
Hey,
sooner than you think.
That would be great.
But yes, it's an unbelievable price. I remember when you messaged me and we were reading the email, I thought, there's no way.
Yes.
But hey, there is a way. There's so many different options out there in the Philippines, and you don't always have to look inside Metro Manila, inside the main cities. If you just step outside of the cities, there's a lot of good deals.
Just a couple of minutes outside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now people are probably wondering, okay, you showed us the exterior, that's cool, but what does the interior look like?
Okay,
Because
take a peek, yeah.
for the price,
Yes.
people are probably going to be skeptical,
Right.
I would imagine.
Okay, we'll go inside.
Yeah.
This is the living room. As you see, we got his and her recliners.
Love it.
Instead of just the
Yeah.
big couch. We got television set up, internet, Wi-Fi mesh for upstairs, downstairs. Goes through a company called Fiberblades. They did the whole hookup. We have right here her CR.
Okay.
She has a CR and I have a CR. Has the bum gun, full shower.
Nice.
She has all the little toiletries to the side there, and it's something that she can call hers. And then we have what we call the laundry room, separate laundry room, where we have our washer, and we can hang our clothes when it's raining outside, and we have a skylight up to the top where we hang clothes that, like sheets and stuff we have to put in here. Have our little kitchen, 1 burner sink, where we have the hand dispenser where you got your soap in there. Nice size vents that go into the laundry room. Reefer, 1-way glass tinted windows. These Julian windows, they all open up from the top.
So you can let the fresh air in,
Fresh air in.
especially when it's a nice, cool day and you got, the wind coming through, it's nice and
yes.
breezy.
Like I said, we have screens coming Saturday, custom screens, because we want to keep the bugs out, the mosquitoes out,
Right.
anything that can come in and become a little bit of a pest. So they're coming to put screens in all the windows, excellent price. To put in like 8 windows, screens for upstairs and downstairs. Then now we can go upstairs,
Yeah.
just watch your step and watch your head right here.
Oh, okay.
Have a skylight view here with a Julian window. We use this for, we hang our clothes that are like the sheets. My fiance will hang them up here so they're dry. That's why we have those rods there. Then we have the second bedroom. We use as storage since it's just us. The Julian windows, the same. These windows will also be screened in where you can see out to the bean field. You can fit a twin bed in here, bunk bed if you got some kids or something, but we basically just use it for storage. She uses it to put her, little twist on some things, because by living in Manila, space was kind of tight.
Oh, yeah.
And now you have my bathroom. My bathroom has hot water heater. I had installed the hot water heater. And same identical setup. It's just I have the hot water heater and have the bum gun, the whole thing there. Yeah. And now we have the master. You can fit a queen size bed in here and also walk around and have room on both sides. Julian windows, same thing as downstairs. And in the other bedroom, have our aircon, queen size bed, have our Wi-Fi mesh up here so we get internet throughout the whole townhouse. Like I said, as you can see, it's not busy, not quiet, laid back. If you're the type of person that just want that laid back vibe and still be close to Manila and still be close to things that you want to go do, you can do it, but at a fraction of the cost. And this is a brand new unit. We're the first ones to move in a month ago. So there's all the other ones, no one's touched.
How many square meters is this place total?
It's about 60 square meters. Like I said, the bedroom, you see you can walk on both sides with no problem. It's a queen size bed. You can set it up where you want to set it up. The floor tile is the same throughout the whole house. We love it, we really do. For the price we pay, we can't complain. We feel like we're committing a crime.
Highway robbery,
Highway
right?
robbery, because it's brand new, and all these are real wooden doors. They're not no plastic doors or anything subpar. So anybody's interested, I'm pretty sure it'll be in the description. We'll be glad to see you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. So guys, let me know what y'all think about this property, about this townhome. It's very windy outside. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Do y'all like it? Do y'all love it? Could you see yourself living here? We checked out the area and what was around the area. We toured around the actual building itself, and we've done this walkthrough of this townhome, which I believe this was the first townhome tour that I've actually done on the channel. So you guys know I do mostly condo tours, and it's mostly just been in Metro Manila, but I've been reading the comment section, I've been reading my DMs and emails. Floyd, why don't you step outside of Metro Manila? And hey, I mean, luck would have it that you would reach out to me. And so we made it happen. But right now, what we're going to do next is sit down with Michael and hear more about his story, why he chose to move to this area, and why he chose this over staying in Metro Manila. Because everyone thinks that Metro Manila is, the greatest thing since sliced bread. And however, there are so many other areas. So that's exactly what we're about to talk about next. So let's get to it. All right, guys. So me and Michael are sitting down, and I just wanted to learn a little bit more about your life, your background, why you got to the Philippines, what inspired you to come out here. I know it's a lot of questions in the beginning, but we can just start it off with the first question. What made you want to come to the Philippines?
Well, my fiance, I met her online in 2023 in February. We met online, had an LDR for about 6 months, and then I retired in July 2023. Flew to Manila. She was at the airport. Everything took off from there. No looking back. We're just like soulmates, and it just keeps growing. There's never a dull moment, and all the moments are good moments. I'm thankful to come to the Philippines. I'm glad that I met her, and that's a good thing right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I know we spoke off camera about this, but you spent a little bit of time, or maybe a lot of time, living in the Metro Manila area.
Yes.
What was that experience like, and why did you end up leaving the Metro Manila area?
Well, we touched down in Manila. We stayed in Airbnb for 30 days. Then we decided to stay in Manila. Manila is very nice. The whole area is nice. It's just, to me, it wasn't retirement friendly. Whereas I came to retire to be with someone I love and wanted to be with, but not live around just the hustle and the bustle and just the chaos going on for people, trying to earn a living. I would wake up and I would go out to the balcony and I just see all the suitcases and, purses and people going to work. It doesn't feel like retired. It feels like I'm going to work. 7 o'clock in the morning, I hear people closing doors and running to the elevator and taking the kids downstairs. And so we started to look around. First, for a moment, we thought about staying in Manila, maybe, Makati, BGC, Eastwood City. But we just happened to stumble on YouTube and found Tracy Martreras, an apartment complex we lived at right before we came here. We liked it. It was great price, but it started to feel small again, like we were in Manila. We said we need to find somewhere a little quieter, a lot more room if we can get it. We were already here. We just started to walk the neighborhood, like a lot of people say, walk, ask questions. Because there are things down here that you don't know unless you ask, the locals. So we walked around, and we happened to just stumble upon this place, and it didn't have any information. We were asking people, do you know who we contact? They said, no, sir. As far as we know of, they don't live in the area. And like we were talking about, we went out of town. We went to Boracay for a week, came back, and there was a for rent sign posted on the gate. We called them. The guy told us how much the units were going for. We came over here. We picked the unit, and the rest was history. We really glad that we moved, and we only really moved a kilometer away.
Wow.
That just shows you what you can find on one street versus another street. You know.
Yeah.
And we have no complaints. So far, so good. We're loving it. Everything has a place. That was the key, to make sure everything had a place. We were comfortable. We were safe. It's gated. We have, you know, no problems. All we have is you may have a trike bike you go through here every once in a while. I love Manila, but it just didn't fit me for what I wanted to retire. You know, I wanted to retire and just relax, not retire and you hear the horns and the elevators and the people going. So
I'm glad you like this area. I mean, people don't realize how much environment can influence your overall lifestyle and overall enjoyment of an area. I mean, case in point, I love Metro Manila too, but I spent 1 week in Bohol and it felt like a completely different version of the Philippines.
yeah.
And I'm looking around thinking, wow, the air is cleaner.
Yes, yes.
It's a lot different.
Oh, yes.
People seem a little nicer out in this area.
Because they're going to work all the time and they don't really have time to sit down and chat. They're in a rush. It's just like it's just like a big metropolitan city. They're in a rush.
Yeah.
Once you leave the metro area, I know the BGCs, the Eastwood cities, the Macatis, they're beautiful places to live, but it just depends on your preference.
Yeah.
If you like that lifestyle, that's perfect. But if you're like me, I'm 64 and my fiance is 52. That old saying, I've been there, I've done it, so I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
I want to retire. I want to be able to wake up and just, I'm up. What do we do now? You know, let's do something. Instead of waking up and you hear the hustle and the bustle, you know, people going to work, and it just starts to give you flashbacks. If you're at my age and you're thinking about just chilling, retiring, relaxing, start doing a scope outside of the metro area, because you can go 10 or 15 minutes outside, an hour outside, and you'll be surprised. Price drops like, you know, drastically, and you get more for your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can switch gears and jump into that a little bit, because I know for a lot of the people that I've interviewed or, you know, done condo tours with, those Metro Manila prices, those prices are, they can be steep.
They can be steep.
Especially when you've seen stuff outside of Metro Manila.
Yes.
What were you paying when you were living inside Metro Manila?
Inside Metro Manila, we were paying 20,000 pesos. At that time was about $300 and maybe $50. 27 square meters, 4 swimming pools, mall downstairs, playground, exercise room. But you know, and like I said, if I had a cold, she would definitely get the same cold a week later, because there was no space big enough to keep us from catching one. So in the long run, I couldn't see myself and my fiance doing that.
Yeah.
You know, we were like, look, we need something more spread it out, something more relaxed, you know, where we're not feeling uptight. So, but yeah, it was 20,000 pesos when we left here. Compared to this, it's a saving. And if you have a car in Manila, you got to pay 5,000 plus for parking.
Yeah.
Here, I got a car and I don't pay anything for parking. You know, I don't have to worry about the traffic, the headache of trying to rush and get home, where you can go from Manila to here in an hour and say 10 or 15 minutes.
Right.
We've been in Manila in a Grab for an hour just trying to go 3 blocks. So it was like a no-brainer, you know. 3 blocks an hour, even though you're not paying a lot for the Grab. Right. But still, I've been in the Grab 3 hours, falling asleep and everything, just to go 3 blocks. You know, so yeah. It is just for certain people. Right. You know, you can get boots on the ground there. You know, by living in Manila, it was cool, because when I started to talk to the expats that never lived in Manila, just actually moved into areas like this, they were like, I'm never going to Manila. I said, man, if you can live in Manila, you can live anywhere in the Philippines.
Pretty much.
You know, if you can deal with Manila, everywhere you go is a piece of cake. Yeah. You know, but now since they've lived at the piece of cake, they don't want to go to the oven. Yeah. So with the concrete playground, you know, they don't want to do that. So
I don't blame them. I mean, it's just a big difference.
It is.
Even out here, we've walked around a little bit, and I feel at peace. I feel calm. I don't feel on edge.
You go to the mall, and it's not, you know, you're bumping into everybody, and you can actually enjoy going to the mall. We have an SM down here just like they have in Manila. You know, it's just smaller, a downsized version, but it still has the major stores that you need, major restaurants that you would like to do, but it's at a you know, it's not as populated as the ones like
Right.
Mega Mall, Mall of Asia,
Yeah.
those places, which are great to go, but they are can be overwhelmed. You know, we'll go there and she'll be in the grab and say, you know, I need to take an ibuprofen.
Yeah.
I'm burned out. But yeah, you know, down here it's more grounded. The people here, they're friendlier. They understand what you're down here doing. If you're an expat, you're talking about an expat, I'm retired down here.
Mm-hmm.
They really want to know your story. You know, where the whole time we lived in Manila, it was rare that someone wanted to know our story because they were so busy. They knew I was an expat, but they just didn't have time. It's that time conscious consumer. They're always on the go. You know, and then on the weekend they're trying to make things work for Monday.
Right.
And that's why I said it just felt like never leaving Chicago. You know, so Tracy, yes, no problems with Tracy.
And what's the expat community like out here?
Yes, I've connected with quite a few of them, and one from Hawaii, one from Mississippi, one from Massachusetts, one from New Orleans, and they all feel the same way. See, this was their first stop.
Oh, okay.
So they don't want to go anywhere else. When I first started to talk with them, I said, well, man, you know, we came from Manila. What? You came from Manila? Yeah, we came from Manila. I can't go to Manila. I can't do big cities. But when we started to talk, we finally started to gel because I had been here a while, Rose had been here for a while, and we, you know, understood each other.
Right.
But that, when they found out where I originally started it, they were like, I can't do Manila. I can't do big cities. Because a lot of them down here are from small cities. I mean, some parts of the country I had never heard of. And I'm ex-military, and some of those cities I said, where are they at? I had to go Google them because they were so small. One of the guys was from a town, 2,000 people.
Jeez.
In Mississippi. I said,
Jeez.
where are you from? They said, I looked it up. It's only 2,000 people there.
It wasn't Tupelo, was it?
No.
Okay. Tupelo might be bigger than the city that person was from.
So now I understood why his thing for Manila was like, it wasn't Manila being bad, it was just he couldn't deal with the amount of people that were there because he wasn't accustomed to it. But the expat community down here is great. They're supportive. We still chat. They're not too far from me. They live about a kilometer away. It's about 6 of them.
Wow.
Because we all lived in that little area we first landed in down here. And then when we moved a kilometer away, they walked over and was like, man, how much you paying for this? I said, wow, you know, we need to move over here, you know. But it's just 1 kilometer away. And I started to get them, I said, you got to venture out. Just venture out, walk down some of these side streets, some of these little areas, and you will find new developments. You will find gated communities. Right. You will find, I have a friend right now, he just found a house. It's ridiculous how much he's paying. He has a place that's 24 square meters. He said, man, I got a house now, it's 100 square meters. Wow. And I'm paying 3,000 pesos less because he went a couple of blocks over and checked things out. So the expat community is pretty good down here. No problems with them. They're full of information. They're handymen. Some of them retired electricians, retired school teachers, you know, and they just tell us their story. They all have Filipinas, and, you know, they're happy. I'm just the, I guess the guy that started from, you know, the hard, as they say, to the easy. So. Right.
Well, now you can really appreciate an area like this because you know what the other side is like. Yes. You know what the big city in Metro Manila, and like you said, that might work for some people, but for someone like yourself or other people like yourself who want, you know, a slower pace of life.
Tranquility.
Yeah, tranquility, peace, actual retirement.
Yes, exactly. The Manila area, for me, just didn't check all the boxes. As far as living conditions, it's different, but retirement conditions, it didn't check the boxes for me. But there's so many subdivisions that people never see. All they know is like the Manila area. Right. You know, and it's more to the Philippines than that area, especially if you're looking for something different. Now, if you want to, you know, that lifestyle is perfect. But if you want retirement, you got to move out. And you'll be surprised what you'll find, the people you'll meet, the cultures, the different festivals, the different markets that you can go get your vegetables a lot cheaper than in Manila. Right. We'll go down here and we can get a half a kilo of carrots for 50 pesos. You in Manila, you're spending like 200 pesos for a half a kilo of carrots. You know, and these are carrots that are fresh. They're not sitting in the reefer. Right. You can just grab them, put them in a bag, and you keep going.
How has your life changed since you've moved to the Philippines?
It's changed from night and day. You meet people that it's a different culture, it's a different way of life, which makes it challenging if you want it to be challenging. If you have an open mind, you can't have a narrow mind. You can't bring from where you came from to where you're going to, because you won't survive. You won't survive if you're narrow-minded. You need to come down here open-minded, willing to accept things like long grocery lines. It's just hurry up and wait. And a lot of guys and gals in the military know you hurry up and wait. You hurry up and get there, and you wait for an hour, 2 hours, whatever it takes. But the people that you talk to are smiling, and they're always in a good mood. They don't have any, they'll be there and they'll get your groceries, and they know they got 20 people in line, but they still give you a smile, a hello, have a good day. The friendliest people I've ever met. It's just, you have to embrace that, because coming from Chicago, it's a different clientele. It's basically the opposite. You're just wanting to hurry up and get out the store so you don't have a conflict with anybody in the store. But when you come down here, it's like you're embracing that whole thing, because everybody, they meet me, they're like, where are you from? Can you tell me about you from Chicago, and Chicago Bulls or something like that? Yeah. So it's a complete different, it's like a complete 360. There's a little give and take, but it's all part of the growing process. And once you grow and say to yourself, I don't need to bring those habits down here. I'm the visitor. I have to accept them for who they are and what they are. You'll get along fine.
One thing that I've been wondering since we've been talking, it's good to hear that you love your life out here. You love the life that you've built out here. You're living, true retirement where you can wake up, be in a nice, peaceful area, not be stressed out by, all the sounds of traffic and noise and alarms or whatever. But what words of motivation or inspiration can you give the viewers that want to live a lifestyle like the one that you've created out here in the Philippines?
I would say do your homework as far as what you want the Philippines to do for you. If you want to be retired, or if you're coming out here as a digital nomad or something, do your homework and learn what the country's about. With me, I just pull the trigger. I just say, let me go. This is what I want to do. The country is embracing. They understand. They love you being here. Because you're from a different culture, a different way of life, and everything. It's not like the same. But I would recommend them to just do your homework, make sure this is what you want to do, because you got some people are not used to the heat, and some people are not used to a rainy season all the time. So there's some things that come in play that if you're from Chicago or from Detroit or somewhere, you see snow. Now I'm coming down here where there's no snow, but it's pretty warm. So is that what I want to do? So there's a few things you would need to consider depending on where you're coming from. And try to make yourself blend in. But just do your homework and know where you want to go. If you want Metro Manila, cool. If you don't want Metro Manila and you want to go outside, great. But that's what I would recommend. Do your homework. Make sure that's what you want to do, because you got a lot of other Southeast Asian countries.
Oh, of course.
So it just depends on what you want to do. But just do your homework, and before you pull the trigger and move and pack up everything and sell everything, that's where you want to go. When I met Rose, I knew right then and there, that was it. She saw me, I'm putting the house on the market, selling everything, and I'm on my way. I did my homework still, but I knew that's where I wanted to be. No question. But if I didn't do the homework, that's when you run into a lot of the roadblock. You get here and you're like, I don't like the heat.
So I've gotten comments from expats about that, or I've spoken with different expats, and it does happen like that, where someone says, it's so hot out here. And I say, well, it's a tropical climate. If you're not used to that, especially for a lot of U.S. expats who come from up north. I grew up down south, so it was never an issue. Living in Houston, it's the same weather. I never break a sweat out here. But I have a buddy who is from Montana, so he grew up around cold weather. I have another buddy, he's from Detroit, and he's lived in Minnesota. And so for him and my other friend and some other people I know,
you have to think about that. Because it's a change. Even though I come from Chicago. Well, it's cold. You get all 4 seasons, but
Yeah.
still, when I come down here, first couple of months, and sometimes even now, I have to, change T-shirts or something,
Right.
because I'm outside in 20 minutes. You
Yeah.
drenching wet.
Yeah.
And I'm taking clothes off, putting clothes on. Not as much.
Right.
But at first, I was like, wow, this is a culture shock. But yeah, it's a transition period with the weather, because it's either raining or it's hot, or hot and rainy. That's it.
That might be the biggest trade-off. I know sometimes people say the food is a trade-off. Not so much, because there's such a big variety
It's
of
a big
food.
variety of food, and I'm still learning little by little
Yeah.
the food. I'm eating chicken adobos, the pancits. I'm still trying to get adjusted to it, because if you jump in too fast,
Right.
they may not agree with you.
Right.
And I still eat the regular foods from the U.S. I mean,
Same.
as you see what I got in the house now,
Yeah.
stuff that you could go in the U.S. and buy.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to get adjusted to the food.
Yeah.
Keep water,
Mm-hmm.
because you can't drink the water.
Yeah. I made that mistake
You know.
on my first trip or my second trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drink the water. So you gotta be ready. There's some minor changes, but
Right.
overall, the Philippines is a great place. People are great. It's just, is it for you?
Yeah.
And if it's for you, I would recommend get on a plane, come visit first,
Mm-hmm.
then make that decision. Come here for about a week or 2, check out the areas.
Right.
If you could come along, great. But if not, just come down here and see first, or do your research online. But
Yeah.
it's always good to just come on down if you can.
Right.
Stay a week and see it, real time.
Absolutely. I agree. Because it really is different than, when you're just either watching videos online or, pulling up something,
Right. Yes.
reading articles. Like,
the videos are old.
Yeah.
They're 4 years old, and
right.
something's there that's not there anymore. So if you can get your boots on the ground, as they say,
Yeah.
for a vacation, come and do it, see if you like it, which you probably will.
Right.
It's just, it's different, and a lot of people don't like leaving that comfort zone. I think the biggest step is the comfort zone. They're so used to being just there,
Mm-hmm.
but once you pull that plug and go see something else, you'll say to yourself, I should have did this years
Yeah.
ago. And I've talked to a lot of expats down here. They said, Mike, I should have did this years ago. I was just scared. I'm enjoying it, and I'm not going back.
I don't
I'll go back
blame
to
you.
visit. I'm not going back to live. No. I'll go back and visit. That's
Yeah.
it.
Well, as we wrap up, I know people are probably going to be wondering about how much are you paying out here?
Oh, right now we're paying $14K, so it's about $245 a month.
Wow.
We pay your light, we pay your water. We're still under $15,000. And as you know, back up a second, is with the condos in Manila,
Mhm.
they come furnished, but furniture is not always the best. Bedding wise, you may, that's the thing. Sometimes you may have to do a little changing in the units.
Mm-hmm.
So when we came here, we made sure we got everything we wanted to be comfortable. As we say,
Right.
a real bed,
Yeah.
and things that we really needed that we couldn't get in the condo. But yeah, 14,000 pesos. We pay light, we pay water, we pay internet.
Yeah.
And we pay $1,499 for 1 gig of internet with cable. Light and water is combined is under 2,000. All together, we're around at 15, maybe close to 16,000 a month. But still, we got way more
Right.
than what we had in Manila.
And not just that, but one thing to mention is, I saw this as we were kind of driving to your place. You're not in the boonies. You're not in the sticks.
No, not in the sticks. Not
So
in the
you're, walking distance
yes,
to the
walking
mall.
distance to the mall. Yes.
You've got the Walter Mart that's right there.
Yes.
You've got these other areas. You have, Laguna. You have the Tagaytay. Some of
Yes.
these other areas
That
that
you
are,
can get to,
drivable.
Yes.
So
you're drivable, yeah.
you don't even have to go to Metro Manila unless you really want to.
Yes.
You have a lot of different areas around here to explore.
Yes.
Very nice, local, active community
Yes.
where
Yes, yes.
it feels like you could just be right at home.
You can, yeah. Tracy Martreras has 210,000 people.
Okay.
So it's a big downsize from Manila.
Yeah.
This particular area is about the biggest area.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel that big. It really doesn't. Me and Rose, we love it. We really do. No gripes about it. None.
Love it.
I'm just hoping that people start to just think about outside of the major cities and, take a peek at them.
Right.
They'll be surprised.
I do appreciate you touring us around the area,
Yeah,
showing
it's my
us
pleasure.
your fantastic home that you
Thank you.
have. Well, since you don't have any neighbors,
Yes.
you're gonna have some neighbors after
Yes.
this. I guarantee
no
you.
Neighbors yet. No neighbors. Seven apartments with no neighbors.
I guarantee you, you're gonna have some neighbors after this. But how would people be able to get in contact if they wanted more information about this development and moving in and rental rates?
There's a number that goes directly to the owner.
Okay.
He answers the phone the first ring, and he'll come from where he lives at in Laguna. If you want it,
Wow.
it's good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, no problem. It's 7 units out of 8. They're just waiting for somebody.
Okay.
We're
well,
happy we're the only ones, but we know after a while that
Yeah.
honeymoon will go away.
Yeah, that'll get old quick.
I know that's going to get old quick. So we've
Yeah.
only been here a month, so we know eventually we're going to be.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have a neighbor.
Of course, just someone to chat with. After this video launches, you're definitely gonna have some new neighbors. I can guarantee it. So,
14K, yeah.
Yeah.
14K for ours, yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Well, you guys heard it. So, if y'all want to see more tours like this, let me know in the comment section. And also, if you're an expat watching this, or a foreigner, Phil Lamb, whoever, and you have a condo, house, townhouse, penthouse, whatever, and you'd like us to tour and feature your home and learn a little bit more about you, just shoot me an email. It's going to be in the description of this video and the top pinned comment of this video. All of the information for this development and getting in contact with the owner is going to be in the description of this video. And I just wanted to give a special shout out and thank you,
Thank you.
to
You're
Michael
welcome.
for,
I really enjoyed
jumping on the
Yes,
channel
yes.
and inviting us out
Yes,
here.
I'm glad you guys had a
and-
chance to come down and see it.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I said, we always do, the city, condos, and all of this stuff, and
Right.
that's just one side of the coin of
Mhm.
expat life.
It is, yeah.
People don't realize that one of the positives of the Philippines, and I think this is kind of an advantage
Mhm.
over other Southeast Asian countries, you can live anywhere in the Philippines.
Right.
Maybe not in the red zones in Mindanao, but hey,
Right.
there are some foreigners who are
There's some
living in
foreigners
Mindanao
that live in
too.
Mindanao, yeah. It's challenging, but they're doing
It
it.
is, yeah, they're doing it. But
they're doing it.
that's one of the advantages of the Philippines, is that you could be an expat living almost anywhere in the Philippines, be welcome and accepted
Yes.
into the community. You don't have to feel like an outsider.
Right.
There's hardly no language barrier because most Filipinos, no matter if you're in Luzon, Visayas, or Mindanao province, most Filipinos speak English. So
Absolutely, yes.
that's also another advantage. But I love you all. I thank you all for watching. I want y'all to take care, stay safe. God bless. Peace.